Hello, my name is Daria Romanova, and I would like to welcome you to a short lecture on childbirth and midwifery in Germany, with example of Vivantes Klinikum Fridrichshain birth clinic. Midwifery in Germany has been in a difficult situation during the last years. Problems of underpayment, massive staff shortage, and long hours is getting more and more. So there was an awareness campaign started a couple of years ago to draw public attention to this problem and to put some pressure on the government to change the situation. Well, there's been a change in a midwifery law, but you don't see any real effects in the clinic at the moment. Let me give you some facts on childbirth midwifery. Number of births in Germany has increased over the last 10 years, up to 14%. At the same time, the number of birth units has decreased by 19%. This doesn't mean that the birth units, the clinics are getting bigger and bigger. It just means that the clinics which are open have more patients and have higher workload, which means that the midwives are really under pressure. They have to take care of 2, 3, 4 or more women at the same time, which is really not what they want to do. And at the moment, there's no solution for this problem. The number of midwives increased during the last 10 years in Germany dramatically, but most midwives who are employed in a clinic work part-time. This has something to do with the life-work balance, but mostly with financial benefits. So if you work part-time in a clinic and you work as a freelance midwife, you will have more income. Number of midwife students in Germany has increased as well by 61%, which is quite good. And we hope that there is some improvement there as well over the next years, so the shortage of staff will get less. Why are most midwives employed in a clinic? Well, if you want to attend to a birth outside a clinic, so without a doctor being present, then you have to pay an insurance. For that insurance, you have to pay at the moment 9,098 euros a year. This is a huge sum, and you really have to see if you want to do that or not, if it's lucrative or not. For most midwives, it is not. So as a freelance, they don't do births. Midwifery education in Germany. Well, previously it was a 3-year training. Now the law is changed, and since January 2020, it is a dual study program lasting 7 semesters. You graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree. With that, you can work all over Europe, all over the world. And if you are interested in studying further, you can do that and get Master of Science after 4 semesters. And then you can go to do research or teach. Well, this dual study program is a good mixture of practice and theory. The practice is almost the same as it was. Midwife students are supervised by a midwife in a birth clinic or postnatal units or prenatal units. This is not much different. What's different is that the study is aiming at midwives to get academic skills so they can work evidence-based and work autonomously. As I said, the first students have started now, so it will take a couple of years to see what kind of improvement does that bring to the whole situation. Working as a midwife in Germany, we have several possibilities. You can attend to births in a birth clinic, doctor-led or midwife-led. Most clinics are doctor-led. You can be employed there or work as a freelancer. You can also work as a freelancer in a birth center, midwife-led, or you can do home births. In birth center and at home, there should be 2 midwives attending to a woman during the last stage of labor. As long as the birth goes normal and naturally, it is fine. As soon as there are any signs of a problem, you have to call a doctor. In Germany, that means that you have to take the woman to a hospital, and then it will be someone else who takes care of her. In a hospital, one-to-one care is not possible in most cases, unless you're a freelancer and you just have very few women you can take care of. Prenatal, postnatal care is the thing the most freelancer midwives do. They accompany women during pregnancy and after giving birth. They support lactation. Some women just want to consult a midwife during pregnancy. It is possible as well, but most women go to a doctor and the doctor takes care of them during the whole pregnancy. Prenatal, postnatal courses are really popular in Germany, and this is something the health insurance covers, so you don't have to pay for that as a pregnant woman. In some cases, there are courses for fathers-to-be as well. Well, they have to pay for that. Some midwives work in gynecological practices, some in counseling centers, or do research or teach. As I said, most midwives in Germany work part-time in a clinic as an employee, and then they do prenatal and postnatal care. Birthklinikum in Fridrichshain is one of the biggest birth clinics in Germany. It is prenatal center level 1, which means that we can take care of pregnancies of any gestational age and of newborn of any gestational age. We have around 3,400 births a year. We have a team of 28 doctors and 24 full-time midwife positions. As I said earlier, most of the midwives work part-time, so we have more than 24 of them. And we have 10 to 20 midwife students at a time. They are supervised by a midwife. What makes our clinic special? Well, we think that there are lots of small things you can do to make birth a positive experience. It starts with comfortable delivery rooms with dimmed lights and soothing natural colors. We try not to distract the woman with paperwork. They register for birth beforehand and it's done there. We encourage natural pain relief, but if woman wants to have something drug-based or laughing gas or epidural, it is possible around the clock. We usually allow 2 persons to accompany a woman in a delivery ward. At the moment, just 1 person due to the pandemic situation. If a midwife accompanying the woman has a midwife student with her, we try to let the midwife student to provide one-to-one care. It is benefit for both, for a woman and for the student. Small things like delayed clamping, that the newborn stays with the mother all the time, that all the measurements are done in the same room, breastfeeding as soon as possible. These things are all standard in our clinic. It is also important for women to feel secure, which means we have central CTG monitoring in every room. Even if we're not present in the room itself, we always see how the baby is doing. We have computers in every room, so we have digital medical records and can have a look at any information we need to immediately. In the evening, in the night, and on weekends, we have at least 3 doctors, including senior consultants, present in the clinic. We have an operating theater inside the delivery unit for emergencies, and we have an emergency button to inform everyone in charge about the situation. If a C-section is needed, we try to make it a positive birth experience as well. We have a small, cozy operating theater with the same warm colors. Over 90% of our C-sections are performed in regional anesthesia, so the woman's awake. We encourage the partner to stay there all the time. As soon as the baby is fine, the pediatrics are happy, we'll take the baby to bond with the mother. And if the mother doesn't feel well, we encourage the partner to bond with the newborn. On the other hand, for this secure feeling, we have highly qualified staff around the clock. We have a neonatological team there if required. And if any special medication treatment is needed or blood units, we have that in the clinic as well. And in case of any complications, we have intensive care units for both mother and the child in the clinic. After giving birth, our postnatal unit has single and shared rooms. You can also book a family room, meaning that mother, the newborn, and the father could stay there together. And we have a practice rooming in around the clock. Our intensive care unit for the neonatals is on the same floor as the postnatal unit and our delivery rooms. So even after C-sections, we can take the woman there with a bed or in a wheeling chair. Mothers can visit newborn anytime, and we support breastfeeding independent of a gestational age. We are a baby-friendly hospital, and our staff is fully trained to support breastfeeding. We have 5 fully trained lactation counselors, and 4 more are in training at the moment, and we hope that will pass the exam soon. We also have social workers who take care of women during pregnancy and after giving birth, and can support them with advice on large variety of issues. Our birth clinic has a really good website, and we have a virtual information session about giving birth in our clinic. It is a midwife and a doctor telling everything about giving birth. It lasts for 30 to 40 minutes and covers all the topics. On the other hand, you can take a virtual tour of the maternity and postnatal unit online. And we keep our patients informed about the newest issues of the clinic with our Instagram account. It's not just fun facts and videos and photos of the clinic. We also have interviews with midwives, lactation counselors, and other experts about the frequently asked questions or topics which are of importance during pregnancy or after giving birth. And we are happy about any feedback we can get to make our clinic better. Thank you for your attention.